Oklahoma voters, and abortion. The decision that could soon be in your hands. Plus,
we didn't really hear much. Our neighbor just let us know that there was a death.
she died in October. An Edmond woman, the mother of 2 young children. But tonight, was it an accident or was it murder?
We started to find some big discrepancies.
An empty dishwasher, a 5-liter box of wine. What investigators have pieced together in the months after her death.
And then the story really just started changing from there.
And the stunning person who they say watched her die.
Yes, yeah, no, it's definitely a shot.
You're watching Oklahoma's News 4 at 10.
And we're going to tell you all about that in a minute. But right now, the hunt for an escaped inmate at a Metro golf course now over just within the last hour or so.
It was a bizarre situation that unfolded tonight in the Greens. That's over near Northwest 122nd and Meridian.
News 4's Cassandra Sweetman is joining us there live. And Cassandra, you and photojournalist Jordan Bickerstaff got the whole takedown on camera.
That's right. We pulled up just as Oklahoma City police were taking the inmate identified as Corey Boughton into custody about a half-mile south of Mercy Hospital, which is where he escaped from. Now, we're told by police that he surrendered once he figured out that police and the helicopter were nearby and near catching him. We're told that when he was found, he had also wrapped himself in some old curtain from a home, evidently to keep warm. They believe that was had been discarded. Now, this all began this morning when village police picked up Boughton from the Oklahoma County Jail where he was being held. Village police took him to the village before a municipal traffic hearing, we believe, or a municipal hearing. And while he was there, Boughton apparently complained that he was diabetic and was having some low blood sugar. So EMSA took him to the hospital and village police left him unguarded at that time. While he was at the hospital, that's when Boughton escaped out a side door and into the Greens neighborhood south of Mercy Hospital. And that took police a couple hours to find him. While we were down there, we spoke to neighbors who said they didn't even understand what was happening until after he had been caught.
As long as I've lived here, this has never happened. I've never had anything like this in this neighborhood whatsoever.
Really pretty quiet.
It's always been very quiet, not a lot of traffic. So it's pretty alarming.
Now, we're told Boughton had been arrested on felony warrants of concealing stolen property without a bond. Again, he escaped from Mercy Hospital around 7 o'clock this evening and was caught just about a half-mile south in the Greens neighborhood around 9. Reporting live in the city's northwest, Cassandra Sweetman, Oklahoma's News 4.
All right, Cassandra, thank you. More breaking news happening at this hour, and this time it's in New Zealand. A reported mass shooting at a mosque in Christchurch, New Zealand. We're working to get a live picture up for you right now, but this is video just into our newsroom. The situation only reported to us about 25 minutes ago, so details are still coming in.
Police not yet describing the scale of the shooting, only urging people in that city to stay indoors. A witness says he heard dozens of gunshots followed by people running from the mosque in terror.
Back here at home, a Metro mother's mysterious death back in October.
At the time, her husband telling investigators she drank too much wine. But tonight, we're now learning there is a lot more to that story.
News 4's Bill Miston joining us live with a stunning twist. 5 months in the making here, Bill.
Kevin, Joleen, 36-year-old Caleb Copeland arrested on a charge of first-degree murder. Police say that he initially told them his wife was drunk, but police actually believe that Copeland spiked his wife's wine with drugs and watched her die, only then calling 911.
Caleb and Kimberly Copeland celebrated their 8th wedding anniversary last October. Kimberly posting on her Facebook profile she was lucky enough to marry my best friend. But 2 weeks later, her best friend, husband Caleb, called 911. Kimberly wasn't breathing. Up and down Whispering Creek Court, all neighbors knew on the dead-end street was that Kimberly, a mother of 2, had died.
We didn't really hear much. Our neighbor just let us know that there was a death in the neighbors across the street and told us just to keep everybody in prayers, and that's all we knew.
But from the beginning, Edmond police say Caleb's story wasn't adding up.
We started to find some big discrepancies in the story that was even just told earlier in the night to patrol officers.
That Kimberly was drunk when he came home. passed out on the floor after drinking a 5-liter box of wine, and that he had thrown the box away. The box only to be found hidden in the home, more than halfway full. The cup she used, the only thing in the dishwasher, despite dirty dishes everywhere in the kitchen.
Then the story really just started changing from there.
Court documents say Caleb said Kimberly took a lot of pills, while later claiming he never saw his wife take any pills, and that the medical technician checked his wife's vital signs throughout the night. A blood pressure cuff and stethoscope found next to her body on the bedroom floor, and that Kimberly had stopped breathing around 1 a.m., but called 911 nearly 45 minutes later. And something else.
She had soiled herself, and he had took the time to clean her up and redress her before calling 911.
According to an arrest warrant, police believe Caleb mixed an antidepressant with her wine and watched her die.
We were able to determine that he was monitoring her regression through the evening and waited a significant amount of time before calling 911.
No, it's definitely a shock.
Neighbors said the Copelands kept to themselves.
We would see them occasionally, just unloading the kids, but that's pretty much it.
But shocked to learn there was much more to that October night.
Now, Caleb Copeland is currently in the Oklahoma County Jail. A bond for him has not yet been set.
All right, Bill, we appreciate your work on that. A police investigation that spanned the Oklahoma City Metro and a wild police chase that came to a dramatic end inside one of the Metro's largest hospitals. Air Comfort Solutions Chopper 4 hovering over the scene last week. And tonight, a new look at the chaos that unfolded as those inside a busy medical building were forced to duck and cover.
Hey, show me your hands! Show me your hands now! Get on the ground! Get on the ground now! You're about to get shot.
32-year-old Antonio Hill, arrested after a foot chase, ends inside a parking garage. 22-year-old Matthew Lacopo, also taken into custody on hospital grounds. And a third suspect, 21-year-old Jacob Owen, was on the run for more than an hour, but it turns out he went home. Police arrested him just as he was getting out of his car to go inside his house.
And right now, Midwest City Police investigating disturbing claims between two high schoolers. A teenage girl participating in the Oklahoma House of Representatives PAGE program says she was sexually assaulted by someone who's also in that program. This allegedly unfolded inside a hotel room earlier this week. High school students who participate in the program stay overnight at area hotels. Right now, no arrests have been made, but Midwest City Police say they are turning their investigation over to the district attorney to decide if charges are warranted. According to NonDoc, the incident occurred about 24 hours before the House voted down a bill that would increase education about sexual consent and healthy relationships.
Also from the state capitol, the Senate approved a bill that would let you, voters, decide on abortions, specifically whether our state constitution guarantees the right to it. The bill wants voters to decide whether the Oklahoma Constitution should be amended to clarify that it does not protect the right of a woman to get an abortion. Republican Senator Greg Treat wrote the bill and says it addresses what he calls, quote, a real threat. Treat says Supreme Courts in other states have ruled their states' constitutions guarantee women freedom to make their own health decisions. The bill is now headed to the House. It replaces an earlier version that would have automatically banned abortions in Oklahoma if the U.S. Supreme Court overturns Roe v. Wade.
Also tonight, a marijuana shop with a problem, not with its product or business, rather the name of a close-by competitor. It's the tale of two names, and now that tale is going to trial. Oklahoma Roots is suing OK Roots for trademark infringement, saying the similar name is creating confusion in the growing market. State law hinges on which shop was trademarked first. We did a little checking, and although both opened their doors about the same time, Oklahoma Roots is the only shop with a trademark. A jury will decide what happens in May.
And speaking of prescription pot, Governor Stitt signed a new medical marijuana regulation into law. We've been telling you about it. The so-called Unity Bill gives doctors access to their patients' Oklahoma Medical Marijuana Authority records. We told you last week the bill's author said it's an added safety measure so that doctors don't prescribe anything that could counteract with the medical marijuana. It also allows employers to fire medical marijuana users in certain safety-sensitive jobs who test positive for the drug. What are those jobs? Well, they include firefighters and workers who carry firearms. drive vehicles, or operate heavy machinery.
And from our In Your Corner hotline, a body shop imposter still on the loose tonight, accused of cashing in and then damaging the cars he was paid to fix. Victims across the metro. Tonight, there's a bit of good news, though, for one of those pickup owners. Here's Scott Hines.
Oh my gosh, I could not believe it.
Norma Sullivan had to do a double take.
Oh my gosh, the whole pickup, it's beautiful.
Can you believe this is the same pickup?
No.
Used to be a mess.
It just looks like crap.
Now it sparkles. No more dents, dings, or those ugly zebra stripes.
This was just all full of that drywall putty.
This In Your Corner makeover pulled off by Josh Kardasky and the Collision Works crew. New paint job and more.
We did replace the bumper, the chrome piece, the upper piece, and the lower piece.
How shiny that is.
Some new door handles on here as well. We noticed the inside door handle wasn't working. We replaced that one too. So we wanted to make sure it worked.
New headlights, taillights, molding, mud guards, and tailgate.
The
whole thing?
Yeah, the whole truck bed.
Wow. Norma didn't have to pay a penny. Collision Works had help on this one. Bob Howard and Keystone Automotive donated parts. Sherwin-Williams covered paint.
I don't think I've ever had anybody do anything this nice.
So much goodness coming from a sour situation. Norma and 3 more Oklahomans say this guy, Tommy Ephraim, targeted them in a door-to-door dent and ding scam at their home.
Oh, wow, this guy's good.
He used spray paint and putty and in some cases punched holes.
Oh, man, those were big.
The most recent sighting of Ephraim was in the Norman area. Last seen driving a gray Chevy pickup with Texas tags JRY 0959. The In Your Corner bottom line, stick to the professionals.
The tools that you need to fix these things properly are not going to be carried around in someone's car, and they're not going to be able to do it outside.
Norma learned that the hard way. She's riding high now.
I told my husband, I said, you better not put a dent in that pickup. It's beautiful. It's excellent. I mean, I just can't thank you all enough for what you've done.
I'm Scott Hines, In Your Corner.
And if you see him around town, Tommy Ephraim, call police. If you need to get in touch with Scott Hines and our In Your Corner team, call the hotline or send us a message on our website.
Hey, the Oklahoma City Memorial Marathon is set for next month. Hundreds of runners in training right now for the Run to Remember on Sunday, April 28th. Really, thousands of runners.
Yeah, just like you need an exercise buddy, having friends to train with for the marathon is also a good idea.
It is. In fact, that's the secret behind a group of elite runners who are inspiring others both on the course and in life.
My training partners are some of my best friends. They encourage me, they inspire me. When we're in that together, we feed off each other's energy.
When we put in the miles together, when we put in the days training together, knowing that they're also out there on the course, they make me want to do this race even more.
They motivate me with how good they are, and I just joke a lot of times I'm just trying to keep up.
They say they're going to meet you at 5 a.m., they will be there at 5 a.m. And so you're only as good as the people you surround yourself with. So every day going into training for it, you want to challenge yourself, but it's also, you just want to do good for your city. The marathon, it just is a symbol of community, and I think being an Oklahoman is just a thing you do.
I get to look back for the last 10 years and have memories of this marathon. Winning the Run to Remember is something that I still can't really believe has happened.
I found inner strength, competing. I just knew that this is always going to be a race that's near and dear to me.
When I run it, I feel like I'm telling people I understand what happened to you.
And just remembering what it's all about. I think there's nothing like it.
It's exciting to start, see the new course and try something new, so it adds a little flair.
Whoever crosses that finish line, whether it's someone else first or whoever it is, I know that they're going to be waiting there at the line, and it's just going to be that experience that we did another one together.
Again, the Oklahoma City Memorial Marathon is set for April 28th. There's still time to register for the Run to Remember. Log on to KFOR.com/marathon for more information.
Now, forewarned weather with Mike Morgan.
The winds are coming down outside, and that is a big victory for most Oklahomans after a couple of crazy days, right? Let's take a look outside here in Oklahoma City with partly cloudy skies, and we're chilly, but the winds are coming down, and that is really good. And our temperature is in the mid-40s outside. It is cool right now here at K4. We are 43 degrees, and look at that wind, nothing. Northwest at 12. That's it. Temperatures outside are in the middle 40s across the metro. Norman's 43, Guthrie's 46, Okarche's 45, Edmonds 46. A little colder in northwestern Oklahoma. We'll have a freeze across northern and northwestern Oklahoma. Still some mid-40s in the south. And take a look, the wind gust chart here, not too bad. Still some wind gusts around 25 miles per hour, but we can deal with that. Well, let's take you back here and give you a review here of the bomb cyclone. This was the train that was derailed, 26 cars out there in New Mexico. Now check out the Texas Panhandle as this semi-tractor trailer here on I-40, folks. Remember, it was a south to north wind. Not only just simply pushed it over, but the wind then shoves it over into the bar ditch off of I-40. Pretty incredible stuff. And then today there was quite a bit of tornadic activity. Paducah, Kentucky, Union County, Kentucky. Tornado here. Several of these were fairly large. EF2 intensity has already been confirmed, and one of those was a damaging tornado near Paducah. So tonight we have the cloud cover that you noticed came in today around noon. That's now starting to break up and move out, and it's just in time for perfect timing into Friday and your weekend. Now, the bomb cyclone now is 1,000 miles away from us up here in central Wisconsin. It continues to gradually fill and weaken, but I do want to show you as it moves on by. There's a low pressure center. The blizzard there on the back side. Colorado Springs had 96-mile-an-hour winds yesterday, Peterson Air Force Base, but a few little snow showers are spinning their way through eastern Kansas right now, so that'll keep us kind of tempered on our warm-up for tomorrow, and then it will build into Saturday and Sunday. Here are all the severe weather reports. Damaging winds, large hail, tornadic activity, at least a dozen tornadoes from central Michigan down through Kentucky and Ohio, down through Alabama, now moving into North Georgia. Tuscaloosa and Birmingham both had tornadic supercells move through their immediate vicinity, and those were some tough storms down there in Alabama today. But back home in Oklahoma, it's about this big blue H, and that's going to do us some great favors. It'll finally diminish the wind. Now, the breeze will come up a bit tomorrow from the north because of the sunshine we'll have, but then by tomorrow afternoon late, the wind will start to lay a light northerly wind and comfortably cool tomorrow. 40s to our north, and Dallas around 59 for a daytime high. 31 degrees tonight, a light freeze here in Oklahoma City, and lows from 30 to 33 across the metro in the morning for your Friday, and we'll have clear skies, some upper 20s in northwestern Oklahoma for tonight. And for tomorrow, brilliant sunshine, a gorgeous day, a touch cool, 53 degrees. North winds will come up around 12 to 24 miles per hour. Ponca City 50 with Alva, 51 Enid, 54 in Lawton, Clinton, Weatherford 53. And then the really good stuff, light and variable winds on Saturday. Upper 50s to low 60s in the metro and upper 50s to low 60s statewide. It'll be a spectacular day. A few fair weather high clouds, otherwise brilliant sun, and not a cloud in the sky for St. Patrick's Day. Upper 50s to low 60s. Once again with light and variable winds both days. Great light and variable winds. So there goes the intense storm system moving on out. For you gardeners, the weather pattern remarkably is going to moderate. A few storm systems approach late next week toward Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You see them right here, but unbelievably, at least for now, it looks like no Arctic air on the horizon. So I'd go ahead and put in those cool season vegetable crops, all those things you've been waiting on for the weather to finally calm down. It's going to do so beginning tomorrow into the weekend. So really good stuff. 31 to 53 tomorrow, a little cool breeze, not bad. Light winds and sunshine Saturday, light winds and sunshine on Sunday, 59 to 61. Low 60s, mid 60s, upper 60s. Increasing storm chances by later Friday. Could be a bit unsettled, but again, lows generally near or quite a bit above freezing for great news for everybody this weekend. That's your 7-day plus 4 tonight.
You're watching Oklahoma's News 4 at 10 with Joleen Chaney, Kevin Ogle, Mike Morgan, Brian Brinkley, and Scott Hines in your corner. Oklahoma's News 4, looking out for you. Now, sports with Brian Brinkley.
After a single game at home, the Oklahoma City Thunder were back on the road tonight to face the Indiana Pacers for the first time this season, with a chance to move into third place alone in the Western Conference playoff race. The NBA is requesting teams create videos stressing fan respect and civility after the Russell Westbrook incident the other night. OKC led the Pacers by 19 early in the second half, but Corey Joseph got the half-court shot to end the third quarter. Pacers down 7. They went on a 19-5 run to take the lead, but former Pacer Paul George got the three to tie it. He had 36 points in his former home arena. Tied at 106, the Pacers took the lead when Wesley Matthews got the tip in with 1.8 seconds to go. The Thunder had a final chance to win it. They go to Westbrook, and he misses the three. Pacers won at 108-106. Too many fouls and too many turnovers for OKC.
You know, we fouled too much, and we did such a pretty good job there in that first half of, you know, not really. I mean, we fouled them some, but I thought we did a really good job. But we got them in the bonus way too early. The fouls really hurt us. I thought our turnovers in that third quarter, and then the fouling in the third quarter hurt us.
OKC starts a big three-game homestand Saturday with Golden State, then hosts Miami and Dwayne Wade on Monday, and Nick Collison's jersey retirement on Wednesday versus Toronto. When we get back, our state teams had a quick trip in Kansas City. The Big 12 tourney wrap next on Oklahoma's News 4. Oklahoma's men's basketball team was eliminated from the Big 12 tournament last night with a 1-point loss to West Virginia. Christian James' apparent game-tying three-pointer at the buzzer was overturned on replay review, and now the Sooners have to hope they've done enough with a tough schedule to get into the NCAA tournament.
You know, based on what people say, I mean, again, the parameters are all 30 games count the same. You know, it doesn't matter if it's conference or non-conference. So given that, you know, based on projections, it appears so, but we won't know that for sure until Sunday. But yeah, those are the rules going in, and our guys won a lot of ball games, but you know, you'd like to win a couple more.
OSU lost by 3 to TCU last night after rallying from 21 points down to take the lead in the final minute. The young Cowboys, with a limited roster, end their season at 12-20, but they feel positive about what's ahead next season.
I mean, it's hurt. You know, most definitely nobody wants to be done playing. You know, just know that this is the future of our program. You know, we don't have any seniors in here, so we definitely have a lot of guys that are coming back with the experience, and we're going to get better. You know, we're going to take the country by storm next year.
And OU's softball team won twice today in Southern California, beating Cal Santa Barbara 12-1 and Loyola Marymount 14-0 behind a perfect game from Giselle Juarez. We're back with more after this.
Look at that. Car washes, gardening, and top water. Kevin knows what I'm talking about.
Oh,
we made a hook.
I'm sorry, what?
We made a hook.
Good night.